All right, today we're going to dive into a kitchen gadget that's making a pretty big claim that it can totally revolutionize how you do dessert at home. We're talking about the CE Swirl Freeze Machine. So let's see what all the fuss is about.
Okay, let me ask you something. You ever have that moment, you're craving something sweet, you open up the freezer, and it's just kind of meh? It really begs the question, are those store-bought desserts just not cutting it anymore?
So what's the deal? Well, it usually boils down to a few things, right? A lot of them are packed with artificial ingredients, just loaded with way too much sugar, and honestly, they can come with a pretty hefty price tag. It just makes finding a guilt-free option feel almost impossible. So, if that's the problem, what's the fix? Well, the source we're digging into today offers up what it calls a swirling solution, and that's the CE Swirl Freeze Machine.
And this is where it gets interesting. The core claim here is that this is not just another ice cream maker. No, it's being framed as a gateway, a whole new way to get into healthy, delicious, homemade frozen desserts. That's a bold promise.
Okay, so how does it actually pull it off? Well, its first big trick is its ability to take you straight from fruit to freeze by making something called instant ice cream.
And the process? It's supposed to be ridiculously simple. We're talking 3 easy steps. First, you toss in some frozen fruit, bananas, berries, mangoes, whatever you've got. Second, you hit the swirl freeze button and watch the magic happen. And third, in just a few minutes, you've got a smooth, totally dairy-free dessert. That's it. And this comparison really lays it all out, doesn't it? For nice cream, your base is just frozen fruit. That's it. Not cream and milk. You don't need any added sugar, unlike most ice creams out there. And of course, that means it's naturally dairy-free. This taps right into that huge trend we're seeing towards healthier, more plant-based options. It's a super simple way to get that frozen treat fix without all the extra stuff.
But hold on, the machine isn't just for the health conscious. What if you're craving something a little more, decadent? This is where its other main feature comes into play. It's also billed as the ultimate frozen treat mixer.
The whole idea here is giving you total creative control. This quote from the source really nails it. Create endless flavor combinations tailored exactly to your taste. This kind of shifts the machine from being just a healthy gadget to a tool for making personalized, gourmet-style desserts right in your own kitchen.
So, what does that actually look like?
Well, just imagine starting with your favorite ice cream or frozen yogurt, and then swirling in basically anything your heart desires. Candies, nuts for some crunch, crushed up cookies, chocolate chips, even more fresh fruit. You essentially become the head chef of your own dessert shop.
Okay, but let's be real. With any new gadget, the big question is always, is it a total pain to use and clean up? Well, this machine is reportedly designed for simplicity. They say it's got effortless operation, and because the parts are detachable, cleanup is supposed to be quick and easy.
The pitch for this machine goes way beyond just its specs. It's not being sold as just another appliance, but as a lifestyle upgrade. So let's unpack what that actually means.
First up, peace of mind. And this one's huge, right? Think about it. You know exactly what's going into your family's treats. No more squinting at labels trying to figure out what some weird chemical is or where the hidden sugars are. You are in complete control.
And that control, well, that leads straight to creative freedom. This is about more than just making dessert. It's about turning your kitchen into a fun little lab. It becomes an activity, a way to experiment with flavors and create that perfect combo you just can't find in a store.
All right, let's talk about the practical stuff. Your wallet, cost savings. Those fancy pints of gourmet or dairy-free ice cream, they are not cheap. The argument here is that over time, making your own amazing treats at home could actually save you a good bit of cash on your grocery bill. And really, when you boil it all down, it all circles back to this: building healthier habits. By making the healthy choice the fun choice, the creative and delicious one, it doesn't feel like a sacrifice anymore. It starts to feel like a reward. And that's a really powerful shift.
So, let's wrap this all up. What is the core promise here? What are you really getting? Well, you get to control every single ingredient. You can sneak in extra servings of fruit. It makes dessert fun for everyone, no matter their age. It's perfect if you're dealing with dietary restrictions, and you can finally say goodbye to all those artificial flavors. That's the whole pitch in a nutshell.
Which brings us to this final question to think about. Could having this much control over your dessert actually transform how you and your family think about sweet treats? It's a big shift from just being a consumer to being a creator. A pretty powerful idea.